Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidham, joined as always by the big man, Phil Henderson. Phil, exciting night of fights tonight. Team Unbreakable going head-to-head with the Ultimate Combat Training Center. What is going on?
Oh man, Team Unbreakable. Last time they were up here, Mike, they were pretty much Team Unbeatable. They say they've been training harder, and they're going to do that again tonight.
Good-looking group of guys, but the Ultimate Combat guys are saying, hey man, we've got to hold home court here. This is our town. This is our cage. You got to come in here and beat us. We're not just going to give it to you. But also, Oliver Bradstreet going up against Brad McRae in a lightweight matchup. What do you think about that one?
I think this might be a little more interesting than people think. Mickey Ray, Brad McRae is on a huge improvement, Mike. And this is the first time he's dipping down to 155, so all he might have is hands full.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, but your main event, El Oso against Drew Daniels in a light heavyweight matchup. You definitely want to stick around for that. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Ultimate Combat Experience starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
My call, fight of the night right here. Two guys physically matched up very well. Who are they, Phil?
We've got Brian Thomas going up against Chris Miller, Mike, and these are, you're right, two of the top and up-and-coming fighters in our show, period.
These guys are really, really impressive. This is going to be a lot of fun. Strap yourselves in. Welterweight, no holds barred. Check it out.
What makes this fight so interesting to me is that both these guys really, not only are they physically very similar, but they have both come from very similar backgrounds. Both men, very good wrestlers. Obviously, both been very physical and physically strong. Brian Thomas stands 5'8", weighs 170 pounds. Training with Team Unbreakable and Payson, and those guys have been tearing it up.
Oh man, they have been, Mike. But he's going up against Millhouse, Chris Miller. Chris is a tough kid, Mike. He's tough.
Did you say he was tough?
He's tough. I rave about this kid, actually.
He is 5'8", 170 pounds, calls himself Millhouse. But, you know, not only is he tough, I just think this kid's got a lot of athleticism in him that, you know, we haven't seen in a little while. Both these guys, great athletes, great balance, good hips. It's just, this is going to be a fun fight to watch, I guarantee it.
Well, here we go. The legend, Lonnie Foster, starting it up, and right away they're into a clinch situation, and Miller trying for a head and arm throw.
Wow, almost got it too, but once again, with good hips, that's hard to do. And so what do? You stand up, and then Chris Miller hits it again. Very nice work, both guys.
The thing I noticed right there, Mike, is Miller probably would have got that on a mat, not on a cage.
Yeah, good call.
He ran Thomas into the cage. Thomas utilized the cage, and now Thomas is in a good position. Oh, these guys are scrambling here,
Talking about it, man. These guys back and forth right here. Chris Miller winding up on top for the moment, at least, and trying to land some shots from top, but Brian Thomas having nothing to do with that. Really good from underneath. Nice work.
Yeah, these are two physical kids, Mike. This is a nice battle here, and Thomas just dumps Miller down.
What a beautiful takedown. Used the cage very nicely, and then wrapped up both legs and just dumped him.
And Chris Miller's right there in his own corner, though. They're giving him some instructions.
Well, he's looking for a guillotine, it looks like, and I don't know that that's a very good idea.
Well, now he's got a half guard. Well, he should have went for that half guard, Mike.
Yeah.
Tried to pull him into the half guard and then choke him, not just choke him.
This is the knock on Chris Miller, that he's a really good wrestler. He's really physically strong. He's in great shape, but his jiu-jitsu positioning it's still so new. He hasn't been doing this for very long, and I think he'll learn that you should have given up on that head much sooner and look for position rather than trying to do something crazy. But there you go. He makes up for it with, once again, great wrestling.
Oh, that was a nice move. Yeah, Mike, Chris Miller has not trained in mixed martial arts all that long at all. Brian Thomas probably trained a lot longer than Chris Miller. Yeah. Let's see who pays off, who gets the better out of that time frame.
Well, I think you can see clearly right here that Brian Thomas's MMA knowledge is superior, but man, that Chris Miller just got that it factor, man. He's just a tough, scrambling kid. Look right here. He's looking for a choke again.
Oh, Mike, he has that cinched in tight. He's got to get a hold of the legs, though. That's what he missed, grabbing the legs. And
I think he went for it. Brian Thomas did a nice job of kind of shunning him off, and he's still getting his head squoze on here, but he's not in any danger. It doesn't appear to me from any choke or anything right here.
No, Miller trying to work a Darce or Anaconda choke without an arm in, which doesn't work. And he's got to get one of those arms in there. Oh, Brian Thomas trying a north-south choke here, Mike. And he's turning Chris Miller's head a little red there.
Yeah, Chris Miller, you could see, was having a little bit of difficulty breathing right there. Once again, folks, if you're not super familiar with what's going on here, Brian Thomas trying to apply a choke from top there, and it looked like for a moment he just might get it, but Chris Miller is going to survive the round.
Oh, that was you know what, Mike? I'd hate to be a judge.
I'm saying
I don't know who won that
round. He
round.
didn't survive the round in the sense that he was in survival mode all round long. He survived the round because he didn't get submitted, but what a great round it was. Man, if round 2 is anything like it, you better get yourselves back here. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, you missed one heck of a first round between Brian Thomas and Millhouse Chris Miller, and it looks as though round number 2 is not going to be any different. Both these guys jockeying for position. Both these guys, man, as soon as you feel like one's in trouble, the other one's in trouble.
Yeah, this is all over the place, Mike. This is like just scramble, scramble, scramble. I have noticed, though, Thomas a lot better on the ground as far as jiu-jitsu positioning than Chris Miller.
Yeah, well, without a doubt. And when you say it's all over the place, it's not all over the place in the sense that it's wild and out of control. It's all over the place because you'll see one with a hip throw and the other with a nice counter to it, and then the counter to the counter. I mean, I really see some good stuff going on between the two of them. But once again, you see right here how Brian Thomas is trying to get that choke on right there from on top. This is really pretty much how we left the end of the first round, and Brian Thomas went right back to the well.
Yeah, he's trying to north-south choke, and at home, if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like reverse guillotine from the north-south position. Has a couple different names, but that's what I call it.
North-south meaning 69, right?
Something like that, Mike, something like that. For me, it's always been 68, and I owe you one, but let's get back to the action here.
Wow. Looks like Brian Thomas has given up hope of trying to get that choke on, but has transitioned into a reverse triangle here.
I think he set that up on purpose, Mike. He's got a reverse triangle on, but he looks like he was grimacing. Something happened there.
Huh. Yeah, that was interesting. It seemed like he just gave that up, and it was on so tight for a moment. Now you see he's looking for an ankle lock.
Yeah, he's trying to wrap on a toe fold there. Oh, Miller landed a big
nice
shot before
shot.
going down to the ground.
He sure did.
Miller's just a scrappy kid, Mike. He doesn't want to give up. He wants this fight.
You know, Chris Miller's been hanging around the fights for quite some time now, and you always question when a guy always keeps telling you he's going to fight and then he doesn't. You question his toughness, whether he's really one of those guys that just looks good in a tight shirt and says he's going to fight. Chris Miller's come in here and has done everything that he said he was going to do. He's come in here and he's really impressed me, and not so much his abilities, it's just his heart. You can see he's got a little bit of a warrior spirit in him, and I've really enjoyed having him in the show.
Yeah, I sure have too, Mike. He's got a little bit of warrior spirit in him. He's got a little work in him too. You know, this kid's definitely getting in there and going to town. And I just think at this point, Brian Thomas, a little too much knowledge of jiu-jitsu as compared to Chris Miller's inexperience in jiu-jitsu, but Miller's been making up for that with his scrambling ability.
Yeah, and I think they match up so well otherwise, but you're right, that might just be the difference that's going to make the difference in this fight. With 10 seconds left, though, we just might see a round number 3.
Mike, I didn't think we had a round number 3.
Who would have thunk it? Wow, great fight, great matchup between these two. And I'm telling you, the folks here at Elevate are really having a good time, making a lot of noise after that second round. They're showing a little appreciation for what they're seeing. This stuff, man, these guys are just getting so good.
And the ring girl was telling us I had to go and find this card. I didn't even know where it was. It's round number 3. It's been in for years.
She can't count that high.
I know, Mike. I'm just trying to make her look good on TV.
All right.
Beautiful Angelique.
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow, a big
Chris
shot
Miller.
landed by Chris Miller.
Really, he had Brian Thomas in trouble for a moment there. Brian Thomas instinctively wraps him up and takes him down, though, and finds himself up on top, which is a good thing because he was rocked.
Oh, Thomas took one on the chin there. Miller came out, but I'd like to see Miller come out, throw those punches, and sprawl back because he was taken down immediately. Now Brian Thomas in a full mount.
Well, we talked again, and we don't want to beat this into the ground, but right now Chris Miller's getting beaten into the ground because his lack of understanding and position in jiu-jitsu, and that will all come with time. I really think Chris Miller's got a bright future in this game. Just got to spend a little time in class, do a little training, and man, with his athleticism and his abilities, he could be a really good fighter. Brian Thomas wants to end this one right here.
Brian Thomas pouring it on. He wants to take one home for Team Unbreakable. But you're right, Mike. Chris Miller, a little bit more time in the gym. You're going to see a different athlete. But right now, Brian Thomas is just pouring it on.
Chris Miller's done. He resigned about 30 seconds ago.
Oh, he's still trying to scramble out, Mike.
He's scrambling because he doesn't like getting hit, but he's done. I just think his tank is on empty.
Well, Brian Thomas not having a lot behind those shots now either, though.
Well, that's why Lonnie's letting it go, because you can see Chris Miller's not really getting hurt, but at some point Lonnie's going to say, well, if you're not going to do anything back, then I've got to step in and stop this thing.
Yeah, Chris Miller might not want to quit, but you're right. His body is folded. He's folded, Mike. He's definitely in a defensive position here, and Brian Thomas landing shot after shot.
Well, most of it's been landing on the arms. But like I said, Lonnie's just not going to let that go on all night long. He's seen enough of it. I had seen enough of it. Brian Thomas, wow, very, very impressive performance. Very impressive win over a very impressive opponent.
What impressed me about that, Mike, Chris Miller did not tap, though. He just kept taking that beating. That shows a lot of heart.
I'm telling you, he does have that warrior spirit. But, man, what about Team Unbreakable? They are unbreakable. They've been doing it here in the Ultimate Combat right here. Brian, the Cannibal Thomas with a big win.
Got bronze? Body Bronze Tanning has state-of-the-art tanning beds and home of the 30-second spray-on tan.
Chris Miller, man, that was one hell of a fight, man. Back and forth action. You came up a little bit short, but what were your thoughts on the fight, brother?
Those Team Unbreakable guys, they're something else. I gassed out, caught him on that straight right, and he just recovered and took me to the ground. So, it's a tough kid.
Yeah, definitely, man. Team Unbreakable has a very well-rounded game. We've seen that from them time and time again. But I was impressed with you tonight, man. You stuck in there, but, you know, he was just a little too much for you tonight. What are your plans for the future, Chris?
Improve on my ground game, especially on bottom, and cardio. It's the name of this game.
All right, well, Chris, tonight you were good, just not good enough. You'll be back, though. I know it. Thanks for being part of the experience, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you Army strong? Find out what it takes to be a soldier in the U.S. Army at GoArmy.com.
Hi, Brian Thomas. A few people over here came to see a fight tonight. Hey, talk to me. How much does that play into your performance in the cage?
Oh, it's great. I love the fans. We have a lot of people coming up here from down south and drive a long way to support us.
They do come a long way, and they're when you guys come up here, it's a lot of fun. I mean, the energy is incredible. But your performance, very, very impressive. Chris Miller's been kicking some ass lately and looked very good tonight.
He's definitely a tough kid. I thought he about had me in the first choke in the first round, but I just fought through it. It was a great fight.
Very, very nice tonight. What's next for you, bro?
Keep training, keep fighting.
All right, man. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That one did not disappoint. These guys both put on a heck of a show. That was a great fight.
I think it was a good fight for both of them, Mike, win or lose. I think they both found out a lot about each other fighting tonight. I mean, about themselves especially. And they got pushed to the limit, and Brian Thomas just a little bit too much for Chris Miller right now.
All right, we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around.
What's up, everyone? Pete here, and welcome to Blue Hippo, where anyone can get a brand new, brand name computer regardless of their credit. Take a look at this. You can send emails, download music and video, even organize your finances. This is a fully loaded desktop computer. Let's take a call. Hello, caller?
Yeah, hi. I have really bad credit, and I've been turned down before. Can you really help me get a computer?
Do you have an active checking account and a home phone number?
Yes, I do.
Well, that's all you need. So whether you want a desktop or you prefer the convenience of a laptop, you can get either one regardless of your credit. And if you order now, we'll send you a free color printer and a free flat screen TV so you can watch your favorite shows and movies and print and email digital photos. So to be clear, when you order today, you can get your choice of a brand new desktop or laptop with tons of great software, plus a free color printer and a free LCD TV. And remember, there is no credit check and your approval is guaranteed. But you must call Blue Hippo now.
in a lightweight matchup, pits a couple of guys that really are no strangers to the cage, but Brad McRae really making some noise here in the UCE of late. Who's he fighting here?
He's fighting the menace, Ollie Bradstreet, who's been making noise ever since he stepped on the scene here, Mike. I think this is going to be a little more competitive than people think. Brad McRae is very much improved. He's a lot bigger than Ollie naturally, so let's see what happens.
Lightweight no-holds bar, check it out.
I think Ollie has been making noise nonstop since childbirth, actually, if you want to know the truth. But Brad McRae, this kid really has come of his own. You know, he really wants to prove to people that 2006, 2007, those were my learning years. Now I'm here to fight, and I know what I'm doing now. 5'10", 165 pounds, training down there with Team Samurai X, and he says that could be the difference for him.
Yeah, he is definitely an improved fighter, Mike. Once again, my vote for improved fighter of the year. This kid, though, the menace, Oliver Bradstreet. Where do I start? Where
do you start and where does he end is the question. 5'7", 150 pounds, and that's because he's wearing steel-toed shoes. Kid weighs about 140 pounds generally, but he is no stranger to taking on all challenges. And you know, he's fought up in weight to fight guys the like of the Bird Dog. So, you know, he's not afraid to fight up, and he's not afraid to fight up in weight either.
Let me ask you an honest question, Mike. Could Ollie make 135 easily?
Yes, absolutely.
I think that gives you a chance to see, or like a gauge of how big he actually is or isn't.
Oliver Bradstreet will be fighting at the 135-pound weight class very soon. I've got a few fights lined up for him out of state here, not in this show, but in other venues. But you see Oliver Bradstreet doing just what Oliver Bradstreet does. He gets that dang shot right off the bat. He's just so hard to defend, and he's so good at pinning you up against the cage right there and going to work.
Yeah, and he's right in his corner there, Mike. Getting some instruction, and yeah, he's going to work. He's trying a nice little step over there. Brad McRae didn't get off to the best start in this fight.
No, he hasn't gotten up to the best start, but he's not out of it yet either. You know, he's hanging in there. He's not in the worst position. And now we know that Brad McRae knows a little bit about position. So look for him to try to improve. He's looking for a key lock, it looks like, right here.
Yeah, he's working the Kimura lock. Man, would I pay to see Ollie get tapped out, Mike? I'd pay to see it.
Oh,
probably
man.
Might not happen, but I'd pay to see it.
We are supposed to be neutral and unbiased in our...
Ollie knows I love him. I'm just giving him credit.
Yeah.
Ollie looking around there, trying to pull his arm out or pound away on Brad McRae.
It looks like Brad McRae's not going to get that key lock, but he did kind of get in a little bit of better position. He's trying to work his way up to his feet, but man, Oliver Bradstreet senses it and just laying on some jackhammer punches right there. That right hand was pumping it out.
And that's what really separates Ollie from most other fighters or people, Mike. He can burst as fast and as hard and at a different level than most people can.
Oh, man,
and he just comes on fast. Boom, 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 boom. And that's where he just gets away from you.
That's a great point. And you look at it right there. When he goes, he goes. He's landing to the body, he's landing to the head. And Brad McRae is just, man, he's having a rough night.
Boy, he really is, Mike. Ollie's just kind of out-positioning Brad McRae, and
he's
got
looking for
a knee
an
and
arm lock
stomach.
right
Yeah, he's looking for an arm lock. Oh, he's almost got it.
Nope, didn't quite get it. Well, maybe he does.
I wonder if Brad McRae kind of gave that to him to try and bait him with something, but Ollie's hunting for it. He's hunting.
Man, see, that's where Ollie's grown. I mean, he didn't used to be able to make the transitions that you just saw right there. What a relentless assault of punches here, though. He missed the arm lock and really made Brad McRae pay. And now he's synced that choke in. That thing's on. 15 seconds left in the round, man. Oliver Bradstreet getting it done fast. The reason these guys fought first is because Ollie's got a party to get to tonight. He didn't want to go into the second or third round.
That was an impressive performance by Ollie, though. He just keeps impressing.
Wow, I've never seen him with his mouth shut before. I almost didn't recognize him. Congrats to the menace.
Great Clips is home of the $10 haircut. Also pick up $10 UCE tickets only at participating locations.
All right, Brad McRae, we've seen you improving each and every week, almost it seems like. You fight like every week. This was your first fight at 155 pounds. What was your thoughts on the fight, and how did you make the cut?
Yeah, the cut was no joke. I dropped 19 pounds in like 4 days, so kind of took a lot out of me, but no excuses. I mean, I wanted this fight. I wanted to make the cut because I know he's like one of the best guys in 155, and I was improving, so I wanted to take the challenge, so I did.
Well, you didn't fight a chump at, well, I think he's a chump, but you didn't fight a chump at 155 pounds. You fought a guy that's scaring people out of the show at 155 pounds. Are you going to stay at 155? You going back up to 170? What are you going to do?
I'm going to have to go back and might need a little more time if I'm going to drop down to 155. Like you said, he's scaring all these guys away. Doesn't scare me away. I'd like to train more and come back, you know, and try it again.
You know what I like to see is Ollie stand up a little bit. I'd like to see us stand up. Brad, tonight you were good, just not good enough, but thanks for being part of the experience, brother.
Thanks a lot, appreciate it.
Celerity Investments. If you have a vision, we can assist. Go to investwithcelerity.com to find out how. Ollie, why should you have to stand up? It's MMA, right?
Yeah, you know what? To each their own. I keep winning on the ground, so why give it any other chance? You know what? I threw a punch. Everybody wants to see me throw a punch. I tried. It missed. My bad.
How much do you love your mom, though?
My mom's the coolest person in the world. She's right over here.
She's having a bad day, huh? And Ollie's been feeling bad for his mom.
I love my mom. She's the best mom ever.
Yeah, she is. She's here supporting you. Every time she's here supporting you. She was in our robot contest one time. She's the best.
She's cool. I mean, if you saw the robot, man, she's right here down with everybody.
There's not much for us to talk about after one of your fights anymore, Ollie. We've done this so many times that we got to talk about your family. Ollie, what's next for you, bro?
I want Mike here to find me some better opponents, bring them in, whatever we got to do to get someone who I can actually get a competition against.
We shall do that. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
I'd like to thank my friends, my family, every fan out here. You guys are awesome. Without you, this sport doesn't mean. Tough Country, Easy Ride, Suspension, Professional Arts Group, Tyler Ayers Law Firm, everybody who supports me. You guys kick ass. Thanks.
All right, brother. Well, we were looking for a little more of a competitive match than that turned out to be. It was an exciting one round of fights, and Brad McRae came out, gave it a game effort, but Ollie just did what Ollie does.
Once again, Mike, Ollie's making me eat my words. It wasn't that competitive of a fight. Ollie's he's too much, Mike. He's too much for anyone around here, in my opinion.
All right, we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere.
I'm here at the bank to find out why all these people are laughing. Are they crazy? He quit his job thanks to his home-based business. She works from home and stays with the kids. She bought a vacation home working part-time. Sure, they're crazy. Crazy like a fox, because they've all made great money with their own home-based businesses. You could be your own boss, work your own hours, and bring in the dollars you deserve, all from the comfort of home. Just log on to this website and get your success kit. You'll learn how to start a home-based business and live the lifestyle you've been dreaming of. You'll also get this free guide that can show you how to put thousands of dollars in tax savings into your pocket.
The Fox is right. I pulled in big money last week.
I make more now than I did working full-time.
The Fox was right. It's easy.
Crazy? I don't think so. Log on now to get your success kit.
The last time we saw Mike Savio step into the cage here, he looked impressive. But he's going up against a guy that's just a very intense individual, as we always say. There's just no better way to describe him. Who is he?
He's going up against Levi Roberts, right, Mike? And you're right. Leviticus is back, but this Mike Savio kid, he is tough. He's well-rounded. I don't know what's going to happen tonight.
Good-looking welterweights. Check it out.
When you say good-looking, Mike Savio certainly fits that bill, and the very, very impressive performance the last time we saw him. Training down there with Team Samurai X.
Good things happening down there, Mike. Kevin Greenwald's down there. They're doing it up down there.
They've got a pretty good crew. 6'1", 168 pounds. Coming all the way from Lehi, Utah, but he's fighting a guy named Levi. Leviticus Roberts, and we've said a lot about his intensity, but I really want to talk about this kid's heart, man. This guy's got a heart the size of Montana. He's just a great guy. 5'11", 165 pounds. Salt of the earth, good guy. Always willing to help out around the gym. Always willing to do something to help set up the cage. He's always there trying to volunteer his services. And this is not a guy that has a whole lot of extra income, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Mike, he's actually went to the fights to set up the cage and got a couple fights that night. You know,
He'll
fight anybody anywhere.
It's not uncommon for that to happen with Levi. Taking some shots here, though, man. He landed a couple, but he sure ate a couple as well.
Whoa, this Savio kid, I'm telling you, he's got a total package there, Mike.
No, he's a good-looking kid, man. I mean, he looks like he's in great shape. But those punches were straight down the pipe, and these knees are landing pretty solidly.
Yeah, I was watching the action, Mike, but one of the shot girls, Elevate, walked by, and I lost control.
I'm going to be honest with you, Phil, I noticed that too. But anyway,
those girls up there.
Woo! I'm telling you what, right now, Mike Savio on top of Levi Roberts. Levi, however, he's a tough kid to pin down. He's kind of unorthodox. You see right there, really good at that hip elevator and just and gets a reversal out of it.
Yeah, he went up and over on that, Mike, and the guys at the UCTC work reversals a lot, you know, and you've seen that lately. They are getting a lot of reversals, but he reversed, and now he's in trouble. Savio has his guillotine on.
Getting a lot of reversals is good and bad, but the bad is that you were on the bottom to begin with. So right here, Levi's got his head tangled up in there, and well, it doesn't look like Savio's going to get the choke.
Oh, speaking of reversal, Savio had that choke, used it to reverse, and he's right in front of Carrot Top. Carrot Top's in the front row watching the fights, Mike.
He does not like to be called that, and he says, my head is not red, so don't call me that. And out of respect, Mike Fuchs, I apologize for Phil Henderson's comment.
Well, back to the action here. Mike Savio on a side mount. The thing I like about this, I've noticed about Savio, Mike, he hasn't been put in the guard very much. Hasn't put himself in bad positions.
Right.
And has looked to get the side mount and to pound away. And now he's in a full mount up against the cage, raining down punches on him.
That's
Get out of there,
impressive
Levi.
stuff right there. Levi taking some shots, and Lonnie Foster getting in real close, thinking about stopping it. But he knows that this Levi Roberts is no bum. Anybody else, he might have stopped this already. Levi Roberts is a guy that can take a lot of punishment, but that just might be a little too much. Levi won't tap, but he should.
He's eating some shots there, Mike, but that's kind of part of Levi's game. People kind of, you know, they come out, they punch themselves out a little bit, then here comes old Leviticus.
Oh, yeah. And just for those of you at home who didn't know what we're talking about, the one that was referenced as Carrot Top, that's Mike Fuchs, one of our judges, sitting ringside there. Beautiful man he is, a beautiful man.
Well, here goes Levi trying to get a reversal again,
Man.
Mike. Levi has somehow found a way to stay in this fight after he was taking a beating.
Sure. Lonnie Foster's standing him up here, and I'm not sure why. Oh, yeah, okay, Savio grabbed the fence and maintained his position as a result of grabbing the fence. That was a great call by Lonnie Foster.
Oh, no one better. Lonnie's the best in the business, Mike. He's a legend.
Wow, 4 or 5 or 6 solid knees and then a throw. Man, that might not have been the best thing for Levi Roberts.
Once again, Mike Savio is impressing me with his positioning. He goes right to the mount, right to the side mount, doesn't spend any time getting tangled up in the guard or anything.
That one got a little bloody for Levi Roberts. That was not a very comfortable round for him. He's a tough kid, and he almost thrives off this pain, but man, he took some shots out there.
Yeah, he did, Mike. He definitely did. Mike Savio's impressing me, Mike. Great positioning, total package, stand-up, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Kid's looking sharp.
I really think that they've got the things going down there at Team Samurai X. I remember when they first came out, they were a little behind the curve, it seemed, than some of the fighters in the area here. But they have really become a formidable team. All the guys that are standing up now have done very, very well. And even when they've lost fights, they've shown well. Technically, they look very, very sharp. And Mark Balser's doing a great job with them.
Yeah, my hat's off to Mark Balser down there, Mike. You're right. First came on the scene, a little shaky. Now they've settled down. They've got a great team.
Is there an echo in here? Sounds like what I said.
Well, I was just reiterating what you said, Mike.
Well, so you reinforced it.
Reinforced
So we agree.
it.
We concur.
We concur.
Oh, my God. Well, that was a headbutt. Did you see that?
I didn't catch the headbutt, Mike.
That was a pretty solid headbutt. I heard it. Well, Mike Savio just kind of leaned up and then dropped his head back down to the side of Levi Roberts's.
Well, Mike Savio, definitely not a dirty player. I don't know what happened there.
I think what was going on is he was trying to pull his head out, and then maybe Levi pulled it back down and slammed it on the side of his head.
Oh, Levi with another reversal, Mike.
They must be working on those over at the UCTC.
Well, I can tell you they are. But Levi's got to get busy after that. Now he's stuck in it. Oh, he's in a triangle, Mike.
Yeah, he's in trouble is what he's in. That triangle's on tight.
Oh, that triangle's on tight.
Levi's going to go 90-90 in a minute here, I think. That thing's on tight, and Levi's trying to battle it out, but look at him. He's still trying to punch his way out.
Heart of a lion, Mike. He's still in there. He's still battling.
He is such a warrior. I love this kid, man, but it's just getting worse and worse.
Oh, it's getting locked in tighter. Oh, Leviticus. You got to have faith in Leviticus, though. He might be able to get out of this, Mike.
He's got JC on his side. You know that.
He's good people.
He's good people. He'll hook you up. Oh, Lonnie's going to wave it off. Oh, Leviticus's eyeballs were going a little glossy. You can see right there. He was halfway to La La Land right there.
Oh, that just tells you about Levi Roberts. So much heart, Mike.
You know, though, he stands up with a big smile on his face, and the first words out of his mouth are congratulatory toward his opponent. He's a warrior, but he recognizes greatness in his opponent as well. What a gracious kid.
Oh, this Mike Savio, Mike.
Yeah, very good-looking kid. And,
good future.
He's got a great upside, and we hope we see him a little more than we have coming up in the near future. A very talented jiu-jitsu practitioner in Blake Sprouse coming out here, trying to do his thing up against the kid that's been on a little bit of a tear lately, Stevenson Keith.
Stevenson Keith's a tough customer, Mike. He's a scrappy kid. You never know what's going to happen when those two styles, go up against each other. But Blake Sprouse, man, he's just no joke on the ground, Mike.
He's so finesse against a scrappy fighter. Featherweight no holds barred. Check it out. When we say scrappy, I mean Stevenson Keith is just a tough kid. He's in there and he likes to bang. And now conversely, Blake Sprouse, technician. Kid's got really good-looking stand-up, good wrestling, and his ground is really a lot better than most of the kids we've seen in this weight class. 5'8", 125 pounds. He's just a little teeny-tiny guy training up there with the unbroken circle.
He's going up against Stevenson, quintessential Keith. You're right, Mike. This kid's scrappy. This kid's tough. Hasn't been trained that long, but he knows how to fight.
5'6", 135. He's an independent street fighter, he says, but he has been learning a little bit of ground. He has been in the gym and learned a little bit of jiu-jitsu. Dangerous Dave Selye said the third man in the cage, giving some last-minute instructions to these two fighters, and round one is underway.
Here we go. I kind of look at this as a striker versus a grappler match, Mike. What do you think?
Unquestionably. And clearly, Blake Sprouse sees it the same way because he dove in for that takedown. Didn't want to stand and trade with him because really, that's his only chance of losing. Oh, wow, the pile driver by Stevenson Keith. However, that was a nice takedown, but you forgot something. That's it.
Oh, Mike.
Wow. That was a hell of a takedown, but you forgot. Your arm was just kind of dangling there, and
that arm bar was on tight. That had to hurt.
That was on there, and Stevenson Keith knows exactly what just happened. Well, he's not raising that hand because it hurts, but Blake Roosevelt's boy Sprouse, once again, very, very impressive. His ground is unmatched in the weight class. Old Zaven Anton coming out here to fight old Zaven. Who's Zaven fighting, Phil?
The Z-Dog is fighting Chet Thomas, Mike, and the Z-Dog, Zaven, you know, he's quiet, he's definitely a character, but he can fight, But Chet Thomas, we know he can fight.
No, Z-Dog's scrappy, though. I mean, in the gym, he gets knocked down, he gets right back up. He's a tough kid, and Chet Thomas, you're going to have to knock him down and keep him down. Welterweight, no holds barred. Check it out.
You'd have to get to know Zaben to know what that imitation meant there, because he almost seems apologetic when he walks into the room. It's just me here, but this guy owes no apologies, and that's ghetto Chet Thomas. I don't know what he does, but a lot of people seem to like him. 5'9", 155 pounds, coming from Santaquin, Utah, and when he comes, he brings Santaquin, Utah with him.
Oh, they do, Mike. Team Unbreakable. They must run that town down there.
I'm telling you what, but Z-Dog, Zaven Anton, looks like he's a little nervous, man. 5'9", 155. In fact, he looks a lot nervous, would you say, Phil?
I think he's just getting ready to apologize, Mike. This kid can fight.
Dave Sykes looking like he's getting a little more intense as the night goes on.
Dave Smash, Mike. He's Smash.
Dave Smash fighter. All right, a touch of the gloves, and here we go. Zaven kind of lunged in, but he didn't lunge in with any fists flying. Just kind of lunged in and took a shot on the chin as a result. Winds up almost getting takedown and was able to get back up on his feet.
Well, Z-Dog, this is only his second fight, Mike. He is an undefeated fighter. He's coming in like a whirlwind, though, just grabbing Chet's head and punching.
You know, that we mentioned in the open of this fight that Zaben, you have to keep him down, because just knocking him down ain't going to do it. And we've seen that already, where he was taken down and immediately popped right back up. But this might keep you down right here when this thing's on tight.
Well, Chet Thomas locked down on tight, Mike, and the Z-Dog needs to get out of there. He's going to be doing some Z's.
I just went in a little tighter. I saw that go on. And Z-Dog, man, he's apologizing right now. I'm sorry I made you get your arm tired around my neck.
It's just me. It's just Z. Sorry.
Z, he's such a good kid, though. Good kid to have around the gym. But, man, Team Unbreakable once again doing their thing. And I'll tell you what, tonight they have done their thing. And ghetto Chet Thomas holding it up for team's sake. And Team Unbreakable, again, they haven't lost tonight.
What's in the water down there, Mike? What's in the water?
Skull Candy, the official headphones of the UCE. Check out their complete line of headphones and accessories at skullcandy.com. And no worries, man. Zaven's a good kid. Came out, gave a valiant effort, just not quite good enough. But listen, Chet, man, you've been tearing things up. What's next for you, man?
Harder training and harder fighters, I'm sure.
That's what I like to hear. When you guys gonna come back here again?
It's up to coach.
Talk to the guy over there. All right, Chet. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Can I thank a few people? I need to thank everybody who came. My wife.
I would like to thank them as well, personally. That's awesome.
My wife, Michelle. Her sister, Sherry, who's my biggest fan. Atkinson Underground. Aaron Garcia, which he never makes it on camera. So can we put him? Come here, Aaron. This is the man behind the training.
All right, Aaron, hey, I got to tell you, you've been putting it together, and I got to give big ups to you. Great job, man.
Thank you.
All right, brother. Hey, thanks, Chet. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Man, Team Unbreakable doing their thing tonight, Phil.
I think they're going to be called Team Unbeatable after tonight, Mike. Chet Thomas just he ran through Z. Let's just be honest. Z, not quite up to par with Chet Thomas yet.
He's getting there, man. He's got a lot of heart, and he really, right now, he's already kind of plotting his return to the cage, so we'll see more of him. But we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around.
So you've got the hottest cell phone, now you need the hottest games and ringtones. Get the latest games and ringtones to use on your personal cell phone right now. Text S51 for Super Mario Brothers. Text A51 for Sweet Home Alabama. Text G51 for Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Or text W51 for Diner Dash. And send it to 77888. Choose from any of these great games and ringtones to use as your very own. And don't forget to text your choice to 77888.
Own a timeshare or campground membership? Turn it into cash.
Timeshares Only got us our full asking price before our next monthly payment was due.
Timeshares Only is the nation's largest, #1 most successful timeshare agency, representing properties from the biggest names in the industry.
No one sells more timeshares.
Call now and receive a free information kit, including 10 secrets to timeshares. You owe it to yourself to work with the best.
Don't delay. Call 800-980-1898.
It's your main event, ladies and gentlemen, and a night of fights that we've had a great night thus far, but these two guys, I think, really match up well. They're big, they're strong, they hit very accurately. Who are they, Phil?
Mike, we've got Drew Daniels, who's an undefeated fighter, going up against El Oso, who's been the boss lately, Jesus Herrera. Don't blink. If you're at home right now, getting a drink out of the kitchen, don't blink, because this fight could be over at any moment.
Somebody's going to be not undefeated anymore. Light heavyweight, it's your main event. Check it out.
I am excited about this fight, and I think there's been a lot of anticipation from both ends for this fight. These guys watch each other at home. I mean, Drew Daniels watches the Ultimate Combat. He sees who's winning fights. Jesus Herrera has been watching the show. He sees who's been winning fights. They were on a natural collision course for quite some time now. Drew Daniels, 6'2", 205 pounds, out of Salem, Utah. You like to call him the boss, but he is El Oso. Good-looking kid.
Yeah, he is, Mike. That's a heavy hitter right there. He's got bricks in his hands.
Yeah, he sure does. 5'9", 220 pounds. He is El Oso. He's training with the Ultimate Combat Training Center and really has made a name for himself. Man, these people are excited. El Oso brought a few people with him, and they are excited about this fight. Lonnie Foster, the legend, your referee for this contest, and you see there that El Oso giving up a little bit of a reach advantage, Phil.
Yeah, he is, Mike, but that's where he wants this fight. He wants to do this thing standing. He wants to tag Drew Daniels on the face. I think Drew Daniels might want to take this fight to the ground.
Oh, man, big right hand by Jesus Herrera. And then Jesus trying to choke him out.
Oh, he's got him in a guillotine, Mike. This could be it.
He sure does. He has that thing on. He's got an arm encircled, though, and he's missing a leg.
Well, he's got a half guard on there. He might have it.
That thing looks pretty tight. Drew Daniels' fist is pretty red.
He's got old Voss Chaos in his corner trying to tell him what to do. And Drew Daniels looks like he might be going to sleep, Mike.
That was a big right hand to start this round off. And, boy, Jesus Herrera doing all he can to finish this thing off early, but doesn't quite look like he's going to get it, Phil.
Oh, looks like Jesus' eye, looks like he caught a shot from Drew Daniels too, Mike.
He sure did. He got cracked with a shot, and you know, Jesus has got a pretty good chin too, though. He's not just a heavy hitter. He's got a pretty good chin. But man, you don't want to be giving up your back or mount to a guy this big.
Oh man, Mike, he gave up his back. He's getting choked right now. You got to get out of there, Jesus. He doesn't have his hooks in. Get out of there.
Drew Daniels trying to get his hooks in, but Jesus willing to just kind of lay there and let him get him in. He's not doing anything to stop that.
Oh, he got out, Mike. He got out.
Yeah, he sure did, man. Wow. Jesus Herrera able to get out from underneath the very large Drew Daniels, and now finds himself in Drew Daniels' guard. But Jesus doesn't like to do a lot of his ground training. I do know that.
He doesn't like to do Jiu Jitsu, Mike.
He likes to punch people, and he
likes to do I hit you, not Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah, I got it. Drew Daniels kind of hanging out underneath and not doing a whole lot offensively. Maybe just kind of looking for that opportunity. Look at a stuffing arm there or something. But man, listen to this crowd here at Club Elevate. These guys are making a little bit of noise and having a great time. If you haven't made it out to a live show, you got to come join us one night.
Mike, especially when Team Unbreakable comes up, they bring half their city up here. Well, El Oso has half of, you know, all his fans and family here. This place is going out of control.
It is going bonkers right now. And really, both these guys, highly regarded by their contingencies. Drew Daniels, their people think he's, you know, he's unbeatable. And Jesus Herrera, his people really think he's the next big thing. Right now, though, the next big thing might be taking a little nap because Drew Daniels is locked on a very tight triangle choke.
Oh, Mike, Drew Daniels, size advantage with those legs, those long legs. He got around that head.
Well, and Jesus doing all the wrong things, trying to pull out of it, which is just tightening it up.
Oh, this could be it for Jesus, Mike.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think you just might be right. Phil, there's the tap right there. Yeah, that's going to do it. Your main event is over. And, you know, Jesus Herrera, he doesn't like to lose. He's not used to losing.
No, he's not. That's his first loss, Mike.
Well, he doesn't like losing anything. You know, he's a competitor, but what about Team Unbreakable? Came out here and are undefeated tonight. They fought the Combat Cartel at UCTC and went undefeated tonight. Drew Dumbbells Daniels, man, did his thing.
They come up here again, they might be called Team Unbreakable, Mike. If they run the table again, we might need to change their name.
What are we going to change it to? Team Unbeatable.
Unbeatable.
Okay.
Great Clips is home of the $10 haircut. Also pick up $10 UCE tickets only at participating locations.
Jesus Herrera, it was your first loss, man. Drew Daniels a little too much for you on the ground. What were your thoughts on the fight, bro?
I don't know, man. He was lucky this time, but if he wants to fight again, I'm here. I just got too many pounds in too little time, so I don't know if that affected me or not, but if he wants a revenge, let's go for it again. I'll show him.
Well, I'm definitely sure your weight cut affected you a little bit, but he was good on the ground, man, and he just kept going and going. What's your plans for the future also?
Keep fighting. I'll be here at 205, and I'm going to take the belt this year, and I promise that.
I know, so I definitely think that 205 is the right weight for you.
Yeah.
Just need a little more time making the cut. But I hate to say this, bro. Tonight you were good, just not good enough. Thanks for being part of the experience.
Thank you. See you guys again.
Visit Pirate Motorsports on State Street in Pleasant Grove to see some of the baddest choppers on the planet. Drew Daniels, 4-0. And these are not 4 jokers you've beaten. You've beaten 4 tough guys, man. You're making it happen, man. How does it feel?
It feels great. I mean, it didn't feel so good when he rocked me. That kid hits hard.
He does hit hard. The guy does hit hard, but you got through that. And that really, honestly, your chin got tested and your chin passed the test. Big win for you, man. What's next?
Honestly, I'm hoping Coach gives us a couple weeks off so I can let my body heal. He pushes us hard. I mean, Aaron Garcia down at Team Unbreakable. Anybody wanting to get into this, talk to him. He's the man.
I'm telling you what, you guys came up and made a clean sweep this week. You guys came up here and took care of business. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen every one of you guys fight from day one, and the improvement is incredible. You guys have come a very long way. So obviously he's doing something right, man. Big ups to that. But congratulations, you did a great job.
Thank you very much. Thanks to everybody that come out. Thanks for Mike for putting on the show.
I'd like to thank Jesus. I mean, like I said, the guy was a class act. He hits hard as hell. I feel bad for anybody that has to take a punch from him.
Amen, brother. Great job, man.
Thank you.
Wow, Team Unbreakable going undefeated tonight, taking a sweep of the Ultimate Combat Training Center, guys, and get your butts back to the drawing board because things did not work out so well for you tonight.
No, they didn't work out so well. I thought Jesus had him. He hit him hard, but Drew Daniels just improved ground game. Man, Team Unbreakable all the way around, Mike. What do you say? I mean, they're kicking everyone's butt, man. They're impressive.
They are. Next week, we've got a group coming up from St. George and a group coming down from Idaho, meeting in the middle here to do some damage here in the Ultimate Combat. You want to check it out next week on the Ultimate Combat? We'll see you next week.